What's up, everybody? Grateful to be here. We are live, and it's a Tuesday night, so we're going to get into some stuff, get into some topics, do our weekly conversation live here on the podcast. This is the Young Lion TV podcast. You're here, you're with us. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends. Let's get into it.
Everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion. Won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding. Young lion.
That's right. Young Lion TV is live on a Tuesday night. That's what we do. We get together and we have a conversation about everything that's going on in the world and whatever other topics that we want to get into. Something that we've been doing for a long time. If you're new here, we are just a group of brothers and friends that have been in the music business for a long time, been on the road together around the world and seen a lot of things, traveling and working with a lot of famous people, working in Hollywood, and we started having conversations about life and all the things that we've experienced and lessons that we've learned, and coming out of a lot of the spells that we were under as young men. And we decided that we wanted to have these conversations live in front of people, and especially to show the younger generation that men can have discussions like this as we grew in our faith in Jesus Christ as well. And, we've been doing it ever since strong. We've watched culture shift as we continue to keep these conversations going. So we appreciate everybody who joins us every week and chimes in on the conversations. Don't be afraid to drop a comment in, say hello, and also join in on the conversation. We appreciate every comment. We try to read them all. So drop a comment in if you're watching. Wherever you're watching on, we stream in YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all that good stuff. If you're on any of those platforms, we'll try to get your comment and read it and bring it up. Also, we do have a Patreon if you want to support the Young Lions and become a part of the community. Our community is very strong. We love each other. We help each other out. We see each other. We get together. But you can become a member on the Patreon, patreon.com/YoungLionTV. That link is in the description as well, and support that way. Also, there's a Cash App tag in there if you want to just donate to the cause and support us that way. And we also have a merch link. Get the Young Lion merch over there. But without further ado, I got the fellas with me in the building this evening, back in the building. And it's good to have everybody here. Of course, I got the coolest Asian in the podcast land. We just got fresh from a flight from Florida in the beautiful weather of Boca Raton, Florida. Now we're back in the cold. But it's Mr.
Rat's
Simone
mouth.
Chain. The Rat's Mouth.
How y'all doing?
Simone Chain in the building. And then, of course, my big brother, everybody's big brother, Mr. Jacob Eugene Evans III, in the building. It's been a minute since you've been here. And, of course, holding us down with the production. She's over there switching cameras. She's doing her thing. We love her, Miss Angelique Lopez, the baddest boomer.
The baddest boomer.
And yeah, man, I'm here. I'm Jamie Evans. I'm the one that looks like somebody that you think you know, or somebody that you used to know, like Gautier. Yeah, and that's me holding it down. You ever see people talk about that Doechii song, like?
Oh, the anxiety
Song? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she literally just took that production and sang over top of
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, that's what she did. Yeah.
That's what music
exactly
is
what
now.
she did.
That's
Yeah.
like the state of music now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Gautier has sampled that from another record. So it's like a sample of a sample of a sample.
Yeah. And then
Who's getting paid?
Probably him a little bit, and whoever owns the original rights to the sample.
and just with the lyrics that are horrible.
Yes.
And it's just horrible. When I say horrible, I don't mean she didn't have talent in her writing and her melody, because there was some talent.
Yeah.
there. But I'm saying horrible in the sense of what she's saying.
Yeah. You're saying the message is horrible.
The message is horrible.
Yeah.
And then you have people like, I remember, because it got popular.
Because of TikTok,
right.
as everything does these days.
And then you have people like Will Smith jump on it. And it just becomes so cringy, you know. And it shows you that everybody, like all these people, they're actually subservient to popularity of whatever.
Right. Well, why do they call it trends? You know what I mean? Because it's like everyone's got to jump on it and do it. Oh, this is what everyone's doing now. Okay, I got to do a version.
We got to do it. We're bound to doing this.
Right. Yeah. It's the state of the music business is very strange right now with AI and everything jumping off. And I sent y'all that video of the dude breaking down like how hip hop is in its rock phase, like where rock was when it died off. Like that's where hip hop is right now. It went through all the different phases. Like, you know, rock was like revolutionary. It was rebellion music at a certain point. That's what hip hop was back in the late 70s, early 80s. And then it went through its superstar status where rock and roll stars were like superstars. You saw that happen in hip hop. And then there was the emo phase when being a superstar, like the hair metal bands and like these glam rock, you know, like you saw that in hip hop, that era. Yeah. And then
it just gets so cheesy.
It gets so freaking cheesy. It gets
worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. And then you get the ones that rebel against that, and then you get the emo artists, the XXX Tentaciones, the Travis Scotts, the Juice Worlds, and what's his name, Frank Ocean. You get these type of artists that are more of like the emo grunge kind of like rebelling against the establishment, and then it starts to die. And I think that's what we're seeing. Next? I think what we're seeing, like, because I think this was like the first time in 2 decades that there was no hip hop in the top 40.
Yeah, I think anything that doesn't have life in it, actual life in it, is gonna die, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about that, like all these things. When you go away from the source. It's always going to die. Yeah. It's always going to become corrupted. And you see...
It decays.
It decays, but it also... You're always going to be grasping for identity. So that's why things are always... have to be changed. And it's like, you know, like you were just talking about with Gaudier, like that song, the music, it's just got to be brought back to you in a little bit of a different way, a little bit of a different way. There's something there with that. With the song or with the music, right? But then it's got to be brought back and brought back. So
one of the worst ones I saw was, you know, during the whole drill phase, like when these rappers were beefing and like killing each other crazy. One of these gang rappers did a cover of what's the song called? What's the name of the song? The and I miss you. Did you ever see that?
No.
That gangster version where it's literally a song about all the people he's killed.
Oh.
And he does it over that like sample.
With the miss you part or something? Like just the sample?
I've seen a spoof. There's a dude that he's like he raps. He does like different spoofs of it.
No, I'm talking about these are like real gangsters that like got caught up in like that have been going back and forth in. Let me see if I can find it.
This is a while ago though, right?
This is a while ago, yeah. It is a while ago, but there's a YouTuber that makes like it does like you know those YouTubers that tell stories. So he goes through like all of the worst like rapper beefs and like gangster beefs and tells this backstory and how it all happened. And it's some wild stuff, man, especially like in Florida, Chicago, you know, the beefs and like the way they come up, and they like these people are really demonic. A lot of these people are like they believe that they're tied to evil, you know, like they just identify with it. See if I can find this, because
Yeah, there's a funny dude that like he pretends like he's in the studio all the time, and there's a gangster rapper that raps to that song. Actually, that specific song.
Okay. He
But
he pretends he's what?
He's a gangster rapper, but he raps on that
Yeah.
that song specifically. And I need you.
Yeah.
But he does, like,
That's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't match. It's a spoof though.
Oh, it's a spoof.
It's not real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I'm talking about-
that's his character.
Wouldn't pass me by, 'cause you know I'd walk.
I'm gonna mute this for a second just while we bring it up.
Drill time, what you cooking?
When I see you, I'ma push your shit back, boy. Chopper get to spin through your set, we don't fight, boy.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
all I'm gonna play.
that's
But you
not
see
it.
what I'm saying? Like these dudes is rapping about killing people over.
They look like they're from Florida.
I think these are Florida boys. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, they were this whole crew and another whole rap crew, and they pretty much all killed each other. Like I think almost everyone in this video and like the beef, like they're all dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they're all dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I found the dude, the comedian. He's actually kind of funny.
it's interesting because
I sent it to you.
you think about this whole thing, like the
I don't think that's a song.
code of the streets.
Yeah.
Like first of all, it's nobody ever holds to them. That's why you got these
Yeah.
beefs because what's that saying? There's no honor among thieves.
Yeah.
Right? There's no real honor.
Yeah.
Or you could say respect, right? Because honor comes from things that are pure.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really no purity in the streets. So there's always going to be some kind of thing that you think, well, this is justified.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do it because you're outlaws in a way. You're going against the law. And then you create your own law. And you don't even hold to that.
Yeah, and then it just keeps devolving. Like look at remember we showed that shooting at the public pool in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
and it was like it was all kids out there, and people were like, "Oh man, this is different now." Like back, we used to have a code. Like you don't understand that none of that holds weight.
Yeah,
Like-
you have a code, but it's based off of your own code. You made it up.
Yeah.
And
It's not.
And
It's not
it's-
founded in anything.
no. Oh, it's founded in a reality that you made up.
Right. What I'm saying is, there's nothing to
There's-
keep that line from continuing to be blurred.
Right, right.
And
'Cause
then
it's-
yeah.
And that's what, like, it's funny when you hear like LGBT community, especially like I would say the LGB
B.
maybe,
Uh-huh.
like when they talk about like, oh, that's going too far,
Mm-hmm.
trans, and they're trying to argue, but it's hard to argue from
Yeah.
where they are because it's still lawlessness, right?
Yeah.
So you can't lawlessness can't argue from lawlessness,
Right.
You always have to argue from the law there, and the law is just the boundaries that are set.
Mm-hmm.
In the Bible, it says, "Don't remove the ancient boundaries." There's a reason for that. They've been there from the beginning,
Yeah.
And when we go back to it, things start to work. You bring order.
I didn't play this video, Monsant.
It's probably not the song, but that's the dude.
Some new genre or something? Because this ain't gonna work. A classic always works. Bruh.
That's what he did on that
Real
song.
gangster.
Okay.
Run in your house, put the Glock 9 to your mouth, put the 4-5 to your spouse, get the money, then I'm out here trapping, never caught lacking, I'm always packing, ready for the ops.
But that's pretty much the same thing they did. So he's making fun of them.
What you trying to
know?
start like some
But the funny thing is, well, it's not even funny. The thing is, like he's trying to make the joke about like it doesn't match with the music,
Yeah.
but So if he did it over some drill beats, then it's okay. Then it's you know what I mean? What he's
You
talking
put some
about.
drill beats on the same music,
Yeah.
then that's okay.
Then what he's talking about is fine.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
just like you put eggs on anything, then you
It's
can call
breakfast.
it
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Jordan? Breakfast.
But it's the same thing. Like art, that's what art does.
Following spirituality is called
Right?
bhakti. It means
Art has to do with redefining things, and then you do it through artistic means. Because it kind of art is like it's the subconscious and also the conscious.
Yeah.
Right. There's something that touches you beyond your conscious understanding, but it also touches you in your conscious understanding, and it goes beyond that line. So now you're being affected and you don't know why, but then you're thinking about things.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes in the wrong way, right? And that's what bad art does. It gets you to think and accept things that are actually should not be accepted,
Yeah.
right? Or that are bad for you.
Yeah. Or it can desensitize you, could pull you into, feelings and thoughts that you were never meant to have, you know. Yeah.
Well, it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
At core, it's not
Right.
good for you.
Right.
At a core level, right? That it's gonna degrade you and compromise you quicker, or it can bring sustainability, establish you, redirect you
Yeah.
into the right place, make you think on things you should be thinking about.
Right.
You know,
Which is the shift that we tried to make our art have,
right?
as opposed to what we were doing back in the day.
And I mean, think about it. Like when you're like, even with music genres, when you're like, this is what this is. Who said?
Yeah.
No, this is this category. This is this category, right? Who says that's what it has to be, right? But even with that, like, and we're just talking about like music categories, but are we thinking about lyrics? Are we thinking about melodies? Are we thinking about chordal structures, why they work, why they make you feel? All those things matter, right?
Yeah.
Everything works. And then when you're trying to be different, when you're think about when you're just trying to be different, that's so superficial.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous place to be, because
Right.
if you're just trying to be different, you're going to create things and for what? Only your ego, right? Only to make yourself feel like you're
Right.
doing something.
Right.
But then underneath, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And that's what we see. That's like the main thing we see in the music industry.
Yeah. Yeah. The inspiration comes from a place of self-aggrandizing, ego boosting, like trying to prove yourself in a lot of senses to other musicians, to the world, to, the other people in the music industry, the people that turned you down or whatever. Like, you got something to prove, chip on your shoulder. So
People in your neighborhood, people
Yeah.
who, like,
people who doubted you.
people, whatever.
Yeah. All right. So, you know what time of the year it is, right?
I mean, I know a lot of things, but you tell me.
Isn't it Ramadan right now?
I was going to say that,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't know what you...
Yeah.
Ramadan.
So I wanted to go into a little bit of Ramamdani stuff. Him in New York. Ramamdani. Ramamdani. Yeah, this is a little video that he put together about New York. I just want to play this and get your take on it.
We are told is the belief in things unseen. Faith that the bus would arrive. Faith that somehow, some way, the rent would get paid. Faith that a leader would place the concerns of the many before the interests of the few. Standing before you today, I think of Deuteronomy 10:17 to 18, which describes the Lord as one who shows no partiality and accepts no bribes. He defends the cause of the orphan and the widow, and loves the stranger residing among you, giving them food and clothing. And today, my friends, I want to reflect on the third charge, loving the stranger. Across this country, day after day, we bear witness to cruelty that staggers the conscience. People ripped from their cars, guns drawn against the unarmed, families torn apart, lives shattered, quietly, swiftly, brutally. If these are not attacks upon the stranger among us, what is? ICE is more than a rogue agency. It is a manifestation of the abuse of power. In fact, we know that there is no reforming something so rotten and so base. As the federal government attacks our neighbors, those who worship in just the next pew over, they command us not to believe what we see. And they would succeed were it not for the many among us who have not only read the scripture, but who live the scripture. Those who refuse to abandon the stranger. In a moment such as this, I look to the Bhagavad Gita, which teaches us that the highest calling is to become someone who sees the true equality of all living beings and responds to the joys and sorrows of others as if they were their own. I think of Exodus 23:9, the words of the Torah, "Thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt." And I consider my own faith, Islam, a religion built upon a narrative of migration. As the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Islam began as something strange and will go back to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers. If faith offers us the moral compass to stand alongside the stranger, government can provide the resources. And that is why this morning, right here in this moment, I shall sign an executive order that will uphold our city's protection not just of our fellow immigrant New Yorkers, but of all New Yorkers from abusive immigration enforcement. This order is a sweeping reaffirmation of our commitment to our immigrant neighbors and to public safety as a whole. We will make it clear once again that ICE will not be able to enter New York City property without a judicial warrant. That means we will protect New Yorkers' private data from being unlawfully accessed by the federal government and stand firmly against any effort to intrude on our privacy. This order mandates that essential city agencies are complying with city laws, and it will establish an interagency response committee so that in the event of a major crisis, we are ready and equipped to do the job of protecting New Yorkers. City Hall will not look away. But we need our faith leaders with us. Your moral clarity, your integrity, they are the pillars upon which countless movements for justice have been built. If anything can turn back the rising tide of hatred, it is a chorus of those who worship differently and live differently. My friends, for as long as people have called this city their home, the forces of darkness have raised the question, who is a New Yorker? The people of the city have offered our own answer, all of us. This will not be an easy contest. Those on the other side, the ICE agents of the world, hold power and weaponry and a sense of impunity. And yet we hold one advantage over them. One advantage that no matter how hard they try, they cannot overcome. As they mask their faces to attack and murder, we are not ashamed of our answer. So together, New York, let us love the stranger among us, because we are them and they are us. Thank you.
Wow.
Thoughts?
This is the reason why
Thoughts?
you have something like Minnesota.
Yeah,
You know,
and
and
why
it's probably-
New York is in the state it is. When you look at how's that working out for England right now? How's
Yeah.
that working out in Europe? How's that working out, in these countries that want to turn a blind eye to the type of people that you're just allowing to flood?
Bro, aren't you $12 billion in the deficit already?
Yeah. But this is his, all the things that he was promising to do.
Did you just see in England's version of the Congress? I don't know what you call it,
Parliament, yeah.
Okay, they the nose had it on investigating the whole
Border?
the whole rape
Oh, the gang rape
gang
stuff?
rape stuff
Yeah.
that was going on.
Really?
The nose,
So they voted no to investigate.
yeah,
Wow.
Hmm.
They don't want to know.
they don't want to know.
They don't want to investigate.
They want to turn a blind eye.
Mhm.
So and this is what happens, and it's not justice.
Well, that's kind of like Minnesota. Didn't they vote to not investigate the fraud? Didn't they vote the same thing?
Yeah, I mean, but that's my point.
Yeah.
Is that there's always.
They ain't trying to get in trouble.
It's not that you want to get to the truth.
Yeah.
It's not that you actually want true justice.
Yeah.
It's that you want your justice.
Mhm.
It's that you want your way. You want to have your way, and you want to make it make sense to you. But I wouldn't put it past somebody like Mandami, because that's what the Quran is. Like,
Yeah.
the Quran is hard to follow.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the Quran, all these people are seeing, like, you see the Bible through the eyes of the Quran. You see everything through the eyes of the Quran. So when you talk to somebody who kind of knows a little bit about it, it's hard to talk to them because they already have a pre-assumed way they see everything. And it's not based off of logic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is why, like, you can talk past people. And it's the same thing. I think that's going on with the world is, like, we're changing definitions of words. We're redefining words.
Yeah.
Our friend Peace, she put out a video about that, like things like safe
Yeah.
or like violence is totally different. Like violence is, you said a word that you make somebody feel uncomfortable. They
Yeah.
feel that's violent now,
Right.
So you definitely have to define terms. And this is why you have to be able to speak to people. You have to be able to confront them where they are, but not in like a hatred, but in like, well, let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Because then you get spins like Mamdani that's spinning something.
Yeah.
Using scriptures.
Using scripture. Using and then trying to use all of these religious texts to usher in his point, you know.
But this is what the devil did to Jesus in the garden, right?
Yeah.
And how do we resist the devil? By drawing close to God.
Right.
Right? We were
I was thinking
You always
resist the
think that he's
devil.
trying to test you,
No,
right?
I was thinking resist the devil and he shall flee. I'm like, I
No,
went there.
resist the devil,
Yeah.
he shall flee. But how? Drawing close to God,
Right.
right?
No, but my brain automatically went to you have to flee. Like I don't know. Like I went to that scripture and got confused.
Yeah. So my point is like resisting the devil isn't now I'm going against everything you do, devil.
Yeah.
It's not like I gotta fight you.
Yeah.
It's you're
close to
going
God.
to God. And then he establishes you. He strengthens you by his word.
Did Mamdani, did something recently happen?
What? He's Epstein's son.
Stop.
That is a. I went into the rabbit hole of that.
Listen, we can't confirm nor deny. I'm just saying we can't confirm nor deny what's going on.
I think I read something, and I don't know if it's true because it was Fox News, saying that there was like a police officer got stabbed, and he ended up going to go visit. And I think the dude got hurt too.
No, the police officer didn't get stabbed.
What happened?
He had a knife.
He had a knife,
and he had mental issues, and he was going to stab the police officer. The police officer multiple times said put the knife down, and he kept coming, and eventually he got shot. So that's what happened.
He got shot, but
the man got shot while charging at a cop with a knife.
yes,
Yeah, that's what I said.
but he went to go
visit.
like what I'm trying to say is that with that whole speech that he just had, it's like he's vilifying the
federal officers,
the officers, the people who are trying to bring order to New York City.
Yeah, but that's not their narrative. They
That's
need
what
to
I'm
spin
saying.
it
Like,
as
and I now they're vilifying ICE, and
Right.
it seems like he doesn't care about people who are the authority.
no, he doesn't.
You know what I mean?
He talked about defunding the police well before
Well,
he was elected.
I mean, when you think about the guy with the knife, what did I just say? Mental issues, right? So when you say that, you could say to somebody will say, well, I mean, if you know he has mental issues, then you need to be able to shoot him in the leg or do something else.
People always say that
You need to
dumb stuff.
you need to do something else. Can we play that video I sent you?
Which one?
There's a guy talking to a girl about illegals, because I think this is like connected.
Okay,
Real quick, let me shout out Brendan. He said, "What's up, guys?"
What up, Brendan?
Jordan's in the house.
Jordan,
He sent a whole bunch of stuff.
we're gonna play the one video that
Jordan
from
sent.
Poland. Yeah, because it ties into this.
Yeah.
You talking about the video with the Indian girl?
No,
Which
I
video?
sent you a video with a guy who's got a
Oh.
47 hat on.
Shout out
okay,
to Mike
yeah,
City.
Yeah, I see it. She read the definition, then denied it. That
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Okay.
Because because we got to think, guys. Police officers are what? Law enforcers.
Yeah.
ICE officers are what? Law
Law
enforcers.
enforcers.
ICE officers primarily are.
Well, it's
What kind of law
stands for
enforcement?
immigration and customs
They're federal.
enforcement.
So what is the point of them?
To
Federally
to enforce
enforcing
the federal law.
the federal law. I mean,
especially pertaining to customs and the
Right.
border and immigration. Yeah.
so that's the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
This is what you got to understand. Law enforcement is what you see. You don't see the ones that make the laws. You don't see the ones who are telling them what to do. Like
Yeah.
in actually enforcing the laws, you see the people out on the street bringing that enforcement,
Yeah.
right? So those are the ones you can point at and you can pick apart, right? That's what happens
Right.
all the time. So
We were
this
arguing
is
about
what
this over the weekend.
Yeah, and this is what we're seeing happen with Ramamdanis and people like this. It's easy to point the finger.
Yeah.
And that's why Ramamdani went to visit this guy who had mental issues, right? Because he's looking to undermine law enforcement.
Yeah. He's got a virtue signal.
Ramamdani.
And make it seem like, Ramadan.
And why? Because if you impede in any way law enforcers, then you're actually impeding the law, right? And then if you do that enough, then laws won't really matter. If you don't have law enforcement, they don't matter. You can say you're not allowed to run through that red light, but we all know in Philly, like not really in Camden anymore, but sometimes. But you can go to Philly and you go to the right neighborhoods, nobody is looking at a red light and thinking they'll stop and then go.
Yep.
It's red. Oh well, that's what we do
I've had
here.
people go around me before at a light. You know what I mean?
That's what they do, right? So if nobody's enforcing those laws, they don't really matter.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like we can get mad all we want. How could you do that? How could you run that? But we're not the ones that enforce it.
Yeah.
Law enforcement enforce it.
All right, let's play this.
Being illegal in the country is a crime. And
No,
if
it's
you
not.
are...
No, it's not. It's a civil offense, if anything.
So what does the term illegal
Now
mean?
what's a civil offense?
It is a offense against a civilian.
A civilian.
Yeah.
Are you a civilian if you are not a citizen of this country?
No.
No, you're not.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
Only way civil rights are connected to this country are connected to you being a citizen in this country or an alien that is legally here that has certain rights that are all laid out under the law.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It's a federal offense.
Right. Yeah, and I remember a conversation we were having over the weekend where someone was saying that when you apply to get your status, that there is a point that as soon as you apply, you flip to being an illegal, and that's when they're going after people. And I looked into all of that, and none of that is true.
That made no sense.
Yeah, but let's continue to play this.
Do you know that?
The legal term of being illegal in the country, or what?
What is the definition of illegal?
Listening to D'Angelo?
Undocumented.
No, that is not the definition of illegal. What is you have your little computer or your phone there. Ask what is the definition of illegal?
Yes, it is.
What is the definition of illegal?
Yeah, an undocumented immigrant.
That is not the definition of illegal. No, ma'am. Try again.
It's crazy how
Something that is against the law, unlawful, or not authorized by an official rules.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So if someone is in the country illegally, that is against the law.
Bingo.
Correct or
Unlawfully.
incorrect?
Wait.
What?
Listen.
Incorrect.
she read the definition and then she said it's incorrect.
This is just like that clip we showed on Timcast where they showed the girl the footage and she still denied what she saw with her own.
Yeah.
Like when people are just dug into their cult, there is nothing you can show them or tell them, no logic you can work them through. They are just
because they and this is what the brain does. This is what
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, cognitive dissonance. What's it called? Oh man,
confirmation bias.
It's confirmation bias, but there's another one. Plasticity.
Yeah.
Neuroplasticity. There we go.
Yeah.
Neuroplasticity. So what you're doing is you're only seeing what you want to see to strengthen your own viewpoint, right? So if you want to blame somebody over something, you're going to look for every point to blame them in. You're not going to look at anything else that they did right. You just if you want to condemn them, you're going to look for everything you can get to condemn them. And that's why you're bad to be a judge, right? Or to bring justice because you don't have just scales.
And
You're
that's
not
what
bringing
they're
it
doing
just
with ICE. That's what they've been doing with Trump for over 10 years now. Like this is what we're seeing.
Right. And if you she literally read that and she doesn't get she's saying, what does illegal mean? undocumented. Hold up. That's a term that goes across everything.
Yeah.
Not see how she's only focused on that one thing. She doesn't get that it's the same for anything that goes against the law.
Right.
It's illegal.
Something that is breaking a law is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's the rest of this video look like?
But because she's so focused on her trying to prove her point instead of actually want to know the truth,
Right.
or like getting to the truth, she can't see it.
But she didn't want to see. That's why she didn't really even want to look it up.
Yeah.
Y'all, definitions do not matter to the left. So being a
Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I think they just make up their own rules, man. Just like Don Lemon.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's not breaking the law. No, it's not breaking the law.
But have you seen the video of him admitting on camera that he knew
In
they
the
were
car,
they're
right?
in the car,
Yeah.
knowing that they're going to the church, says like, "Oh, I don't think we're allowed to go in there because we might be able to go outside and interview people outside, but I don't think we can go in." Like he's saying this in the car.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about that
Yeah.
before. I've
like
never seen that
admitting
video.
it that he knows he's not allowed to do
So
it,
he's
and then he
done
does
for
it
it.
anyway, bro. The
He's
evidence
done
is
for
right there, him saying it himself that he knows that he's not supposed to do that.
Now here's my thing. I'm not a fan of it because I think it's going too far.
A fan of what?
What, arresting him?
Like
I agree. I don't think
going too far with the whole act.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The Face Act.
The Face Act. I'm not a fan of that.
Well, you know why it was established.
Yes, but it should never have been
Yeah,
established.
and I think it was a bunch of BS that the government does to placate to their base.
I think it's unconstitutional
I agree.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Now, should people?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Like the girl that Trump exonerated, right?
Yeah.
The black
Yeah.
woman with the family
Right.
was just in front of the abortion clinic, right?
Right.
And they arrested her. She was
Yeah.
in jail for 4 years.
Yeah.
If they went in there and interrupted the whole worship.
Yeah, but what he's saying is that just because he took it further, it's still unconstitutional to begin with. The woman should have never been arrested either.
Yeah.
Like the
'Cause
whole
it's all encompassing.
The whole act encompasses both of those things. Like none of that should be okay on either side. You know what I mean? It's not. You shouldn't be allowed to arrest someone.
You don't think it is extreme for you to, interrupt a place of worship where you're like you're terrorizing these people. You're terrorizing kids. You are.
But we already got laws for that.
Yeah, and I think like trespassing.
That's trespassing.
Yeah, like he could be hit with like a fine or something like that for trespass. But arresting someone under the Face Act is where we're saying like it's unconstitutional. You know what I mean?
I don't think
I
that's,
agree.
I
with
don't
that.
agree with.
And I understand
with the
that
law.
like people want to see him get his
Maybe that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Because the dude knew.
Yeah.
And he's just lying.
right.
Through the
so
skin
you,
of his
you want to
teeth.
see him pay for what he did. I understand that, but at the same time, we can't.
You got to be. You
We
got to
can't-
be held accountable. That law exists. You know what I'm saying?
But should it exist?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It shouldn't exist from the first place. I can.
Right.
I can agree with
So
you guys.
if we believe that it shouldn't exist from the first place, we shouldn't want anyone to be affected by it, even if it's somebody that we don't like. You know what I mean?
Listen,
You
it's,
have to-
it's here now.
I know, but I'm saying like
But that's the point. Like it
what
shouldn't.
do you like? This is the issue that we run into with a lot of people only caring about stuff when it affects them. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not trying to be that type of person. So
But
like,
I think it's different though because the woman, as far as I know, I could be wrong. I don't think she went into the abortion clinic and terrorized
No.
women or shame women for getting abortions.
right.
To me,
Yeah.
that's different.
No, she should have never been. It is different, but at the same time, it's
Than
still
going into.
but it still
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
justify.
I
arresting someone.
totally get y'all
You know?
point.
It's
but-
just for me. It's just like when we make the argument of, everybody's about free speech and about not censoring people
Until it's your side.
It's
Yeah.
someone that's
Yeah.
doing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I don't care whose side it is. I don't think you should be banned off of Twitter. Like people want to ban people for anti-Semitic stuff. Like if you're not going to ban them for racist stuff, if you're not going to ban them for misinformation or whatever anymore because you believe in free speech, then it's got to go across the board. You can't hold this stance and say, oh, well, now that we got what we want those people banned now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like if you, oh, well, they called me the N-word, so I have a right to beat them up.
Yeah.
Like, and then if you make that law, like if you, that it's not free speech anymore, right? And it creates a precedent that changes everything. It changes the whole landscape of law. And that's what I see with this thing. You have to, we already have trespassing in place, right?
Right.
If you own the property, like let's say the woman was doing that on the property, she might not have went inside, but she was in the parking lot. That's trespassing. So that's not lawful.
Yeah,
right?
if she's not on the public sidewalk, then it's trespassing.
So in that case, there should be consequences, because the law is the law, right?
Yeah.
But should she be going to jail for 4 years? Like she was supposed to go to jail for what, like 20 years or something like that?
It was something crazy.
Like something crazy.
I think she
It
served
doesn't make
a
sense.
couple years.
Now, same thing. Like if they're going in, and it's way worse in terms of what happened.
Yeah.
They go into this church, they're disrupting,
and
should have never
it
happened.
because the left feels like they can get away with whatever they want. Then they never have to face consequences. The police weren't there to arrest them. They didn't care. They had to send the feds after them. But it still doesn't justify giving up rights that we're supposed to believe that we have in order to go after somebody that we believe should pay for something. You know what I mean? Like, we still can't be the type of people like, well, I'm willing to give up the rights so that they can get punishment, because it's always going to get turned around on you eventually. I'm trying to look up.
That's why, like, good laws consider everything.
Yeah.
Right? Good laws have to consider the total outcome.
I get y'all point. I just think he deserves it.
So it says that she was arrested for, what'd you say, Mom?
Did you guys ever get arrested for selling CDs?
Yes.
See, that was wrong.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't wrong. We broke the law.
Yeah.
No,
We were
I'm saying
we were selling. We were
We
vending
were vending without
license.
a license.
To be honest with you, the first time we got arrested on South Street, there wasn't a law. It was only against bootlegging.
Right.
So we
got off.
We
on
got
that.
off
but
on
we
that.
did still get arrested.
But then the second
No,
time,
vending without a license is always a.
no, we were
in Philly. I think it was bootlegging.
yeah, we weren't. There was no vending without a license thing on South Street, like in that area. But then later on, they put a no soliciting law in place in Philly. So even with us handing out flyers was a problem because it was unlawful. So then we got arrested.
Yeah.
But then they dropped the charges because they didn't want to put us through that, because the guy who arrested us the first time told the cop that arrested us that time that, oh no, man, these guys, he kind of made a joke about it, and the guy, and we were like respectful to the guy. We didn't fight him or argue. So, I guess he had mercy on us and let us go.
So it says, checking with Grok, it says that she was arrested for interfering with individuals seeking or providing lawful reproductive health services, including through threats and force, described in government releases and her own accounts as protesting, blocking outside. So I think she was like blocking people from getting in, like trying to stop people from going inside. So,
or maybe trying to talk them out of it.
It says with force, through threats and force. So
yeah, I don't know the ins and outs of that case, but
that's what it says. So,
but again, like even that, like when something unlawful is committed against you, if you don't press charges, what happens?
Nothing.
Yeah, you have to press charges. Right?
Yeah, if somebody's throwing, stuff on your roof and, blades and stuff like that, you don't press charges, nothing happens.
Nothing happens to them. They get to just walk away.
Yeah.
But if you and that's there's still mercy under the law. Like but if you want to hold, and even if you break a law that's more of a public thing,
The state can choose whether or not to bring charges. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going along this Ramamdani.
Hold on. Jordan wrote something long. Let's see what he said. He said, right. I think the U.S. government definitely does use certain circumstances as an excuse to pass policies that give them too much power
Yeah.
/ control. It's definitely not just one side that does it. And we're definitely not the only country that does it. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. I mean, even with that FACE Act, it was like the left was really trying to push that through to play to their, abortion pro-life base, but they knew the only way they could get it passed was to give the conservatives that little nugget about churches. Never thinking that it would ever be used.
You do something and then it bites you in the butt.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Don Lemon should be going to jail for 10 years or something. You know,
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
That's a bit extreme.
It doesn't.
Him getting scared and getting arrested is just enough for me.
Yeah, just getting the mugshot and getting arrested.
But I do think like he trespassed.
Yeah.
Like you should be held accountable for that.
I agree. He did definitely trespass. Maybe lose your journalism. I mean, you don't need a license for that.
not for you, not for what he's doing. YouTube.
Like he's hilarious. Like, oh, I'm a journalist. So you can trespass.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
All right. So a lot of people in New York were making statements about 5 o'clock in the morning being awakened. Did you guys hear about this?
No. Wow.
Here is Atlantic. We are hearing Azan. Come here.
I think we're diverting off the census stuff.
Yeah.
It's London.
I never thought in my life he's gonna be here hearing this in the middle of New York. Good.
Yeah.
She said good.
She said good. Yeah. Yeah. Muslims are happy about this. There was a bunch of them posting this saying like, wow, they're so happy that they're hearing the calls to prayer. But then there was a lot of people that are like, come on, like, how is that okay?
Because if it was Christians doing some,
What do you mean, guys? It's just like church bells. It's like Catholic church bells.
What is the church bells? What are the church bells?
I don't know.
Represent?
I just heard that argument though.
You did you?
Yeah, I heard somebody say that.
Don't the church bells just tell you the time of day?
I think so. Right?
And it's just a bell. Like, what's the difference?
It's coming from a Catholic church. That's the difference.
Meanwhile,
shout out to Eric, man. He said, "Greetings, gentlemen."
what up, Eric?
What's up, bro?
Eric, our cousin.
No, Eric Croft.
Eric Croft. What's up, Eric?
Meanwhile, all the snow is starting to melt in New York. And remember how dirty it was, all the piled up trash and everything. Yeah. So people have also been making videos about the state of New York City.
Is that poop?
That is poop.
That's probably my backyard right now.
That is poop, buddy.
Oh, goodness.
Look at this.
Who's picking all that up?
Is filled with shit.
What, dog?
Like, this is
could be. Who knows?
Could be
ridiculous.
Homeless people.
Yeah.
Scared I'm gonna step in it. But yo, I ain't never seen no shit like that. Pun intended.
Literally.
Remember how San Francisco ended up with the poop app?
Yeah.
New York is about to be on its way. New York is about to be on its way. Let me see. There was another. Oh, this video here is funny. Ramamdani is basically telling the public that everything that he's trying to get past, taxing the millionaires and the wealthy, if it doesn't happen or if he doesn't if he does, because of the deficit they're in, the money that they need, who do you think, if Hochul doesn't approve these taxes, who do you think he's going to have to tax?
Regular people.
So he's going to
the New York Cityans.
He's going to do this whole spiel to basically tell them that he's about to raise their property taxes. Watch this.
Those who have watched budget after budget, it is tempting to assume that we are engaging in the same dance as our predecessors.
You are.
Let me assure you, nothing about this is typical.
It is.
That's why our solutions won't be either.
Yes, they will.
There are two paths to bridge this gap. The first is the most sustainable and the fairest path. This is the path of ending the drain on our city and raising taxes on the richest New Yorkers and the most profitable corporations. The onus for resolving this crisis.
They're just going to leave. And so that
Just
path,
like California.
that path is going to be dead no matter what. So that path doesn't exist, buddy. So let's watch what the real path is.
Should not be placed on the backs of working and middle class New Yorkers. If we do not fix this structural imbalance and do not heed the calls of New Yorkers to raise taxes on the wealthy, this crisis will not disappear. It will simply return, year after year, forcing harder and harsher choices each time. And if we do not go down the first path, the city will be forced down a second, more harmful path.
The real path.
Faced with no other choice, the city would have to exercise the only revenue lever fully within our own control. We would have to raise property taxes.
And that
There he
is
goes.
going to be the plan.
Vilifying people again.
Isn't this just what they did in Chicago? Brandon
Yeah.
Johnson? And
Bro.
everyone is protesting.
That's why people hate the rich.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave, and then he can't. He
then they're gonna
he
just
already
blame-
knows that they're gonna tax regular
Yeah,
people.
he knows.
So
that
he's
that's gonna
vilifying
be-
them.
But what can he do? He can blame Hochul. He can blame it on her.
Mm-hmm.
And he can blame it on the rich and the wealthy.
Don't forget about Donald Trump.
Blame it on Trump, and never take accountability for the fact that his ideas are ridiculous and don't work.
Yeah. I heard California now. They're having that what is that, capital gains kind of tax, and people are
unrealized gains.
Unrealized gain. So
a bunch of billionaires are leaving.
yeah,
I think Zuckerberg just announced he's leaving.
dude, even regular people, if you say you buy something that you bought, but then it's supposed to make money.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to pay tax on that?
Yeah.
Like a Pokemon card or something like that, right?
I was just going to say that.
Right?
Like if Logan Paul lived in California, that Pokemon card that he just sold for $18 million or whatever.
Yeah.
If he had that in his possession, he would have to pay taxes on the value of it, even though he didn't sell it. So it's unrealized. You don't have the capital from it, but you have to pay taxes on what it's worth. That makes no sense.
What it's projected to
What
be.
it's projected to be worth. Yeah.
You don't have that money yet,
Right.
but you have to pay taxes. That is
projected to be worth. It could go down.
That is on some other stuff. Jordan said, not a bad point about the church bells though, Moon. I mean, in principle, and that emoji.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I was thinking about this because the rich will just leave, but how are they gonna sell if nobody wants to buy?
They don't have to sell.
Yeah,
I know, but
Whataburger, not Whataburger.
Bro, they don't have to
In-N-Out,
sell.
In-N-Out Burger, they're leaving.
Yeah.
They're going to, I think, Tennessee.
yeah, but I'm saying with their property,
They can the wealthy that he's talking about taxing, they can hold those properties. They don't need to sell it.
yeah. Well, if you don't pay your taxes,
No, but if you're just holding the property, your wealth is if all your money is not in the state anymore, your business isn't in the state anymore. You just hold the property there.
but you got to pay taxes on the
You
property.
got property tax you could pay. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do? They can't overtax your property. Property taxes are property taxes.
Right.
They're talking about taxing.
So they're gonna
income.
They're gonna try to tax the rich first.
Yes.
And then when that doesn't work, they're gonna go to property.
They're
taxes.
going to go to property taxes. Yeah.
Okay.
Before he was even elected, he was talking about 50% of what you
Of
made
your income.
if you made $1 million.
Yeah.
Or
so
more.
they're talking about taxing income.
Yeah, but
is that even right? Like you make $1 million and then you get taxed 50%.
Well, that's what I mean. Look, our cousin was just talking about being in Germany, right? And when you have all of these socialist policies, free healthcare, free, childcare,
you
free,
have to pay for it.
He said he left because they're taking 45% of his income.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's not a part of that 1% rich.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking I'm just thinking about what that's gonna do. Because it's gonna, not just with the property taxes, it's gonna put a strain on the middle class.
Yeah.
In the city.
Yeah.
And a whole think about the I think the real estate market is gonna be destroyed with all the regulations now.
Regulations, the ideas about slumlord ideas of the property going to the state.
Yeah.
All these things are ridiculous. The rent control, these people are not going to be able to keep up their properties.
Yeah, because again, you're going to raise property taxes, but then you're going to enforce rent control.
Yeah.
So now it doesn't make sense all the way across the board with the people who
None
own.
of it makes sense.
These sound
none of it
these
makes
sound
sense.
like childish.
I mean, it's the same thing. These whole what's it called? Oh my gosh, the immigrant thing, sanctuary cities, the whole sanctuary city thing. When they went into this huge deficit under Adams, I know what I was thinking when they're letting people in and they're putting them in. I'm thinking about who's paying for it. How are they coming up with this money? Where are they getting this money from?
Yeah, that whole thing was
so. It just doesn't. How are you not thinking these things through?
Because
you're not
big bad guy, and you want to be the one that comes.
No.
And
you know why you're not thinking it through? Because you're only thinking about being elected. So you're only thinking about a small period of time. You're not thinking about you. You don't really care about the people.
That's wild, though. I'm just a regular dude that don't even, I don't think I can run anything, but I knew what he was inviting in. I remember thinking, I'm like, yo, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody come in. This is what we do.
You know what's crazy?
And then real quick though,
go ahead.
I remember like a couple years later, he's like, we can't afford this.
Yeah.
Dummy. I hate calling people dummy, but dude, your actions were really dumb when you said it.
Yeah.
And then you see it happen. It's like, you don't predict the future, but you could.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. You know what's funny? I forgot to tell you the video we played with the girl who couldn't define legal. Mm-hmm. My son was, when I was watching that, he was there, my 9-year-old Lucas. When the guy asked, he said, somebody who breaks the law. He literally said it. He's like, Daddy, that's not a hard question.
Yeah.
So he's 9. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're so caught up, and that's my point.
That's your identity.
You're caught up in ideas that don't, whatever, it's fear, right? I don't want to be wrong. Whatever. For the politicians is, they're trying to, it's fear of losing the people, so I'm doing anything I can to get my spot. Mm-hmm. I'm the mayor of New York City.
Yeah.
It's so there's not, you don't care about people. You don't care. There's other agendas at play, and you can see it because it doesn't make logical sense in terms of caring for people, really. Yeah. That's what's crazy. But when you're selfish, who voted him into power? The people who only cared about free.
Yeah.
Oh, I get free. That's selfish. Because my kids, as when they're little, not caring about what their brother or sister gets. You have to make them see that. Listen, that's not right. You're being selfish right now. You're only thinking about yourself. But if you do that, that's consequences. Now your brother, your sister, see what I mean? There's consequences to all these things. You're only thinking about yourself, what you can get. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of these social social laws, whatever, do. Policies. That's the word I'm looking for. What these social policies do a lot of times is it just causes people, they want them because they want to be able to live off the government. I don't know if you guys seen this thing in Lakewood, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's been coming out.
Yeah.
about.
We've been talking about Lakewood for years. The Hasidic Jew
The Hasidic
community.
Jew stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place is crazy.
They're all on
They're
government
all
assistance.
on government assistance, and all their houses are like under Section 8, and they have these big mansions. Like,
I think that county.
What is that? Bergen County?
No, I think it's some Shore County.
Oh yeah.
I'll look it up, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Ocean County.
Ocean County.
Oh, it might be Ocean
Easy.
County.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That county, I think it's like 54% of all government assistance goes to them.
Goes there. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
It's just like.
What happens if the people that owns the building, right, and then they get taxed all this money? What happens to the people that are renting that are on Section 8? They have to get that money somehow. They have
Who
to
knows?
increase their rent, right?
They're not gonna.
Well, what happens is they're going to be landlordless.
Mm-hmm.
So, because and this has happened in Philly too.
And the state is supposed to take over those properties.
Yeah.
And what is that going to turn
And
into?
the state, we know that all government is slow to act.
Yeah.
And
ran horribly.
And you got to go through all their regulations and red tape. Right? So this is what you're going to deal with.
Yeah,
it's going to get worse.
Lakewood. Remember the video I sent y'all about the dude who did the investigation?
Yeah,
in that New York.
That's
town?
when yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
People in the comments were like, they need to look at Lakewood, New Jersey.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they did bring that up.
Yeah.
But again, but the reason why it's brought up Lakewood is because that's what it does.
Yeah.
When people want to take advantage and be selfish, and it's the same thing that's happening in Somali town.
Yeah.
You know, where all the Somalians are taking advantage and they're looking, how can I manipulate the system?
Yeah.
How can I figure out how to get through these loopholes? Medicaid.
But it's even worse. They have people, caseworkers assigned to help them.
Yeah,
Remember we showed that? Like,
yeah, that's on a whole other level.
Like that state is actually, it seems like they set up a whole infrastructure for them to do this.
Mm-hmm. But like you said, Mom, what's going to happen? What happens is you get caught up in systems that are hard to navigate through. Because a great system is simple, right? A great system, it's like a great operating system. It's easy to work, right? On your phone, whatever. An annoying, hard operating system, you know what people do? I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah.
They put the phone away or the the computer. They don't want to deal with it. But a good operating system, it's easy to navigate through.
Jordan said, American capitalists will sell and leave. Foreign/pro-Islam investors will buy and take control. Jihad. That's what they're doing in Minnesota.
Yeah.
The people are moving out, and then who's coming in and buying up all the property, buying up all the businesses? They're trying to do that in Texas. Like, this is the plan.
Yeah, well, that's what
people believe Ramamdani is trying to do to New York.
Right. Well, I mean, you think about Lakewood, it's because of who is in government positions in those areas.
Right.
So who you're voting in, right? And do they care about everybody, or do they care about only a certain type of person?
They care about their people. That's
right. So
obvious.
That's what's going to happen. Same thing.
Speaking of Jordan, let me show this clip because this goes right along the lines of this is Poland, and we've shown clips of them before being called racist because they refuse to allow any Muslims into their country. Replay this.
Muslim refugees.
Muslims.
Has Poland taken?
Muslims?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you're asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked
This
not
quota
about
system
illegal
failed.
immigrants. I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland. And we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
Ms. Lockbeal, I mean...
The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is a zero terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland. Be like Poland.
Damn.
Hey.
Damn.
I mean, they have that right.
They have every right to.
It's their country.
Their country.
They're gonna shame somebody.
Yes,
it's their home.
That's what.
How you gonna shame somebody for not allowing somebody in your home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what
this is. But that's why that term democracy has become such a spell. Mm-hmm. Spreading democracy, our democracy, a threat to our democracy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That term has been used to force, ideas down people's throats. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when you find out that, there's so many things going on behind the scenes in our democracy that just seem very evil and nefarious.
Our girl Rachel Rhoda is in the house.
Rachel.
What's up, Rach?
What's up, Rach?
She said, "Oh snap, Poland didn't come to play today."
Yeah. Yeah, Poland's been speaking like that. But they have no crime. They have they're listen, they doing their thing. I did want to get a little bit into some of the other Epstein stuff that's been coming out, a little bit of it.
Okay.
Did you guys see the Ghislaine Maxwell, how she had to do that? She had to talk on camera, and people are showing that
it didn't look like her.
It don't look like her at all.
I did see something.
I saw something, but I didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying it.
Let me play a little, because
there's some debate online.
It sounds so crazy because the all of the conspiracy theories throughout the years. Oh, they're swapping people out, they're cloning people, blah 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 blah. But bro, it's in our faces. It's so. Let me just play this.
On whether this is Ghislaine Maxwell or is this Ghislaine Maxwell, or are they both Ghislaine Maxwell? And in the spirit of investigative research, I decided, hey, you know what? Let's line up the photos. Let's take a close look at them, and let's try to be as objective as we can possibly be.
This is the
trying
person
to
that they
steer
put
away
in
from
front
any
of
kind
us
of
and said
pitfalls
that
of
this
cognitive
was Ghislaine
bias.
Maxwell.
So what I did was I put this photo in Photoshop along with two other known photos of Ghislaine Maxwell. The first thing I did is I put yellow dots where her pupils are, and then I went from the very top of the ear to the very top of the ear, which skirted right underneath her eyelids. And the reason I did this is I wanted to line up the pupils especially, but I tried to line up the pupils and the ears as well as I could. And when I got all three photos in place, there were two things that jumped off the screen right off the bat. See if it's as noticeable to you as it was to me as I show you an older picture of Ghislaine Maxwell before she went into prison. What's the first thing that jumps out at you and screams, hey, something ain't right here?
Different nose.
I'll tell you what it was for me. Number one, it was the nose.
The eyes
Look
are
out
totally
right here,
different.
right before she went to prison. She's got kind of a W-shaped nose. It kind of dips down. Right here, it's completely absent. You don't see that. So here's before Here's after. By the way, this right here was taken from the February 9th deposition. This is February 9th, 2026, just a couple days ago, where she multiple times invoked her Fifth Amendment right to be silent and not incriminate herself. So here's the deposition photo, and here's a photo before she went to prison. You see that? Now look at the line. This line right here goes from ear top to ear top, but then right here it goes through the top of her ears. It looks like there's maybe a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch on the top. This right here is the very top. Now I understand there's lighting, there's camera angle. This camera angle right here could be down like this. This camera angle could be pointed up, which would kind of make things seem just a little bit uneven. But the next thing that jumped out at me was her eyelids. Apparently there are a couple different kinds of eyelids I'm learning, the mono lid and the double lid.
Like noses
in this
can get
pre-prison
fat,
photo, you can see that she has
but
2 mono.
The bottom part of the nose is not the same.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like when women get pregnant, sometimes their noses
Get wider.
But
But she ain't getting pregnant. I mean, she's. But yeah, I agree. Like that dip in the nose right there. There's no way you can tell me that that's the same person. I'm sorry.
This right here kind of is a double, but it goes mono right there, and this is totally mono. And yet from the deposition photo, clearly 2 double lids. And I'm thinking, okay, what is going on here? So I grabbed a third photo from her younger days, and you can see that a young Ghislaine Maxwell had the same thing that this Ghislaine Maxwell had.
nose.
See right here, partial double, and then it goes on to mono.
hits the
In her
ear.
younger days, partial double goes on to mono. This right here is clearly mono with a partial double right there, which is consistent with this photo as well. Partial double goes on to mono, partial double goes on to mono. But then when you look at the February 9th deposition photo, full double eyelids. But the most glaring thing is that nose. I mean, look at this right here. The eyes are pretty much lined up. That's another thing too. You can see this goes pupil to pupil, but then when you go to her pre-prison photo, it's kind of on the outside of her left eye, which is on our right side. So not even the eyes line up. But the nose, come on, give me a break. That is a completely different nose. Are they trying to sell us on the idea that this is a post-plastic surgery prison nose? Are they doing plastic surgery in prison? Or is this a completely different person altogether? Because that nose and that nose ain't looking alike. But this nose and the younger nose perfectly match.
And after what we...
I mean, that person and the younger person look alike.
Yeah.
And the other
person looks like a different person.
That doesn't look like the same person.
Yes.
And that nose...
It looks like a
but
person
this nose
who
and the
aged
young...
from the younger person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah. And then after what we were talking about last week with the pictures of Epstein and like the documents that came out, the guy who said that they a truck pulled up that was unmarked and that they swapped the body out. They admitted to doing a fake photo shoot of the dead body in the body bag that they brought out, that it was stuffed with like pillows and stuff. But they said that they did that just because they couldn't really show the body. I think I saw something about this. Let me see if I can find it.
This is weird stuff.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like, what is going on here?
So is Jamie crazy by bringing this up, guys, or is this,
I'm just thinking
does
about.
this seem a little weird.
This is
to
the
you?
thing. We've been talking about this for so many years. We did podcasts about this, and I want to try to find them like at least 6-7 years ago, talking about Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like it's always been dismissed as like, it's fantastical, blah blah blah. And now it's like all this stuff we're finding out is real. Like Mom was just talking to me earlier, like she couldn't believe reading the documents about what they're doing with babies.
Yeah.
You know?
And I know they were killing them, and I know they were taking their blood. I didn't know they were eating them.
Eating babies.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see
Demonic.
Did you guys see that movie that what's the Kravitz daughter did? Zoe Kravitz with
Which one?
Channing Tatum, where they were on the island. What was the name of that? It was called like
No, I don't think I saw.
you never saw that?
Mm-mm.
It's like this Hollywood elite party on an island somewhere, and
They
they start drugging the girls,
Yeah.
right? And remember what they drugged them with? Do you remember?
No.
Remember they had some kind of plant, some flower that would grow that had some pheromone in it that would make people paralyzed, but they,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they would lose their memory.
Yeah.
Check this out. Pull this up, Mom. So turns out,
Conspiracy Jamie.
Turns out Jeffrey Epstein may have had a collection of highly poisonous plants known to produce a drug that blocks free will in its victims, according to newly discovered emails and the last document dump of the Epstein files. So apparently, this type of flower, this girl has been digging into these documents and doing some great breakdowns. Her name is Speak with Dee Dee on X, and she does some great breakdowns. She breaks this down.
Talk about the trumpet plant email because so many people have been sending me this. This is an email that was sent from Jeffrey Epstein to Anne Rodriguez on March 3rd, 2014. If you guys don't know, Anne Rodriguez worked as a secretary for Jeffrey Epstein, and she also worked as one of the managers on Little St. James Island. Jeffrey emailed her saying, ask Chris about my trumpet plants at nursery. There's this user on TikTok who goes by the name of Nothing But the Facts, and they had suggested that Zora Ranch may be the place where these potted plants are being kept because Zora Ranch does have a greenhouse. It gets pretty cold in New Mexico for trumpet plants, so it's recommended to bring them inside, so it would make sense. However, I couldn't find any proof of that in the Epstein files, but I did find something very interesting. Back in 2023, a different user on TikTok did a really awesome multi-part series called The Poison Diaries, talking about different plants. One of the plants that they talked about was angel trumpet. In this video, she talks about the chemical compounds in angel trumpet, and she also talks about the effects that it can have on you. Well, guess what? Jeffrey Epstein also knew about the effects of these plants, particularly the effects of scopolamine. Scopolamine is one of the chemical compounds found in angel trumpet plants, and it's considered one of the most dangerous drugs in the entire world. It can be blown into the faces of victims, it can be mixed into drinks. Within minutes, victims can turn into zombies. They're coherent, but they have no free will. Some victims have even reported emptying their bank accounts, giving all the money to robbers. There's even been reports of people self-mutilating. This naturally occurring drug can completely wipe your memory. It can also cause muscle paralysis, seizures, convulsions, and it can cause death. The thing that's really scary about it, though, is that it can't be found on a toxicology report, so you could get drugged but have no proof of it. Standard toxicology reports and standard autopsies don't test for scopolamine. This is something that Jeffrey Epstein knew. This is also something that's been reported for years. This is from the Hawaiian Medical Journal from 1995, and it talks about a case where a 19-year-old ingested angel trumpet tea, and even though he showed up to the ER and everyone knew that he was high as a kite, blood chemistries were completely normal, urinalysis was normal, blood alcohol was undetectable, and the urine drug screen was negative. Obviously, we don't have access to all the Epstein files, but scopolamine was mentioned twice specifically in the documents that we do have access to. Once was in the email that I just talked about. The other time it was specifically mentioned was in the victim impact statement of Dr. Joseph Manzaro. Dr. Joseph Manzaro specifically mentions being drugged by scopolamine on December 26, 2014, and he also mentioned a specific address, which happens to be the address of a house that's currently for sale for $4.6 million. The timing of the sale and the release of the files is a little bit interesting, but yeah, if you want to buy a house where crimes allegedly took place, you can.
And people were talking about that movie that she did, and she was very adamant about, like, she was very excited about doing this movie and this storyline. And it's like about Hollywood elites, all these government officials.
I mean, when I don't think I finished watching it,
Yeah.
but when I was seeing it, I'm like,
Seems weird.
This is like it's definitely like some Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're trying to do.
And then they used the drugs from the plant same way, but then finding out that this is a real plant, the angel trumpet plant. Mm-hmm. And TMZ reported that Epstein may have been using these, and now come to find out that it's in the emails. So it's things are getting crazy, man. Like the stuff that's coming out, and it just makes it seem like they've been really, really trying to cover this up. Mm-hmm. The media hasn't touched it. They don't want to talk about it. Something else that came out in the documents. You guys remember? You guys ever purchase your child's pictures from here?
Life Touch, yeah.
This is the biggest.
I did hear something about.
This is the biggest school photography purchasing thing in the country, right? A billionaire owns it. So schools all over the U.S. are canceling picture day due to Leon Black, the co-founder of the parent company that owns Life Touch, being listed in the Epstein files. Life Touch is the biggest school picture company in America and photographs millions of kids each year. Now, how easy would it be to have a database of kids if you're using the schools and taking pictures of all of them?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, it's hard. It's horrific.
Yeah.
But it's, like.
That's crazy.
And you can always, and it's people.
You have the addresses.
And everything. And people will willfully allow you to take pictures of their kids. Mm-hmm. Because
it's the school.
It's the school, and you want pictures of your kids. Like, this
you get to just, they're nasty, depraved. I want that one.
Yeah.
What did it say in the files about Life Touch?
Let me see what the file actually says about him.
Bro, that's scary, dude.
Yeah.
Because people get the pictures sent to their address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, I felt chills when I saw that. Like,
You have they had life touch?
everybody uses that. Leon Block, he's one of the billionaire pedophiles. He owns life touch. Photos. Let me see. He
stolen pieces of artwork in the world.
Okay, let me see. Trying to see what it says. Picture day canceled over Epstein rumors. Okay, here it looks like a document here. Leon Black, Wall Street person 72. Sexually violent. Oh, so he was accused of being sexually violent. He's accused of SA in the documents. Epstein's friends, very powerful, 78 years. Black was sexually violent with her. Black bites parts of her. Violence are arousing for him, very painful for her. Victim of civil defamation case, blah, blah, blah. Got a call from victim woman who said she heard about the lawsuit. Black victim, Black raped her 20 years ago. Epstein's townhome. Victim described it, felt pain. Like insertion was just sharp and horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific. Horrific.
Don't
If this is true, horrific.
How far is this rabbit hole? Looks like it keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it, like we heard about like Mother Teresa, UNICEF, all of these organizations that are tied to supposed to be helping children are actually used as a way to, hurt them. Traffic them, hurt them. Like it's sick. It's extremely demonic, and we give our children up to it all the time because we don't think about it. And the ones who do think about it and are super paranoid about this stuff, we look at them like they're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're just being ridiculous. Like, if you knew a parent that was like, nah, I don't let my kids take pictures on picture day. I don't know what they're doing with them pictures. You'd be like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
but they're right.
But
they're right.
Yeah. There's a new movie that's out. I just watched with Jess. It's almost the same thing. He's like, I don't want to give away too much, but he looks like he's crazy and a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And
he's right about everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little dark humor type of movie.
But I mean, just to bring
Go ahead.
Some balance.
Some life.
I do think there's things that we won't know. There's things that you don't realize. Like, you know how there's a killer in your neighborhood you never knew about, stuff like that.
Right.
Sex offenders in the neighborhood, whatever, but never affects you. I do think that there's, we don't have to know everything. We put our trust in Put our trust in Jesus.
Because if you're in fear of everything,
yeah,
because you're just a victim to that.
Because you can be paranoid about everything and think you got your T's crossed, I's dotted, you got everything worked out, you knock on somebody's door, all the movies where they got like aluminum foil over stuff and everything's covered and they got like 20 locks.
Yeah.
So you can take things too far. You can be in anxiety your whole life. No phones.
Yeah.
But there is that point where you got to trust God.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to figure everything out. But on the other side, when these things do come out, I think it's also has something to do with
places where we've been blind.
I was thinking about Mother Teresa. That just got me. I'm like,
I was looking at her and laughing because
she wasn't changing the
game.
Because I was thinking about how could that be possible? How they could set us up thinking that this person is good because that's what they made.
They do that. They do that quite often.
Oh my
because
God.
all you gotta do is put her on a couple of TV
People want
segments.
An idol.
Yeah,
they want an idol. We were told that Helen Keller was this feminist, crazy, advocate, and then we find out that she couldn't speak, couldn't hear, couldn't see, couldn't write. Like, so how did she write all these papers and all these books and give these speeches? Like, how did this happen?
Everything's been a lie.
We just talked about MLK.
Know that.
Right.
You know?
Everything has been a lie.
Yeah. But again, are we going to be able to handle it? You know, I always think about I never remember the movie, but the one with Tom Cruise.
Castaway?
No, Tom Cruise,
Tom Cruise?
John, Jack,
Nicholas.
Nicholas. You can't handle the truth.
Oh, A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men.
Few Good Men. There you go.
I want the truth.
Yeah.
You can't handle the
truth. Like, and that's the whole thing with, to me, that's what the government or people, I don't want to say government, but people who are prideful, like, I got to do this. Even like sometimes mothers that feel like they got to do everything for their kids type thing. And then you go too far with things and then you're like, I had to do this.
Yeah.
You can't handle it.
You can't handle the truth.
But
you don't want to know what's
in a sense, a lot of people don't want to know the truth.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't handle the truth.
It's a truth.
Yeah.
They're like, don't. You know, I saw this little clip with Tim Tebow,
Mm-hmm.
and you know he's doing all the things with rescuing trafficked children.
Yeah.
And he said he was doing this golf thing, some kind of fundraiser, and I don't remember where he was, but there were a lot of guys he was with that were rich guys in the area, and they're very wealthy. So he gets a call about something going down with his whole thing with the kids, and then they were like asking him, well, what's going on? What happened? And then he starts going into it, and they're like, wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you guys got kids, so you don't want to know about this stuff.
Yeah.
You want to stay in your bubble?
Yeah. Because people have created a certain sense of reality that they live in.
Yeah.
You know, and to shatter that reality forces you to now not be on solid ground anymore.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find that footing.
It wouldn't. You never really were.
Right.
Yeah.
But for those that believe they are, they live in this bubble of what?
It's like the Matrix, dude. Like as you're talking, it's the
Yeah.
Matrix. You just want to have your steak and eat your potato.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me the red pill.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's not
which
real.
one is the blue pill? Give me the blue pill.
Yeah.
I don't want to be woken up.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you about our one of our friends. I'm not going to say his name, but you know, he said that we ended up talking. I think it was the Epstein thing that came up years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where, when I was still living in Williamstown, he has daughters. He's like, man, I don't want to believe this stuff is real. I just want to believe that, you know, there's butterflies and rainbows for her.
Right.
You know, I turn away from all that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's real.
Yeah.
This stuff is real.
That doesn't help you either.
That don't help you.
When you just try to ignore things, that's when they can catch you slipping.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a thing. I brought this up here. I don't know if I showed it, but it was a story about a dad who was in the mob.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up going to jail for the stuff he did. I think I brought that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically brought up, like, I've done everything for you guys. And the daughter's like, no, you didn't. You didn't do it for us. We went through hell.
Yeah.
And you tried to put up this whole front.
Yeah.
He's like, I handled everything. Same thing. Like, you don't know what like we did. We got affected by it.
Right.
Like, they all got affected by it, even though you tried to keep it from us, you know, and so it's this whole pride thing. Like, I had to do this for you. And same thing. You can't handle the truth. I'm doing this for the American people. But really, no, you're doing it for yourself. And you think you're better than you really are. You know,
you create.
You think
your
you're a better
world.
person than you really are. You create your own world.
That is a perfect segue into this next video, because someone actually asked Hillary Clinton about her husband being in the files. Speaking of people thinking that they're better than they are, and just listen to her response.
Okay.
What was your reaction when you saw some of the material that has been released? I'm thinking, for example, of images of your husband apparently in a hot tub in a swimming pool on Epstein's plane. What was your reaction to that? And do you know the context surrounding some of those images?
Absolutely. And it wasn't a hot tub on a plane. It was one of the stops they made to look at philanthropic and charitable work that my husband has done, saving literally millions of lives around the world. It turned out that was done long before there was any public awareness and certainly any conviction of any crime by Jeffrey Epstein. So it was a short period of time that was in pursuit of charitable philanthropic work. A lot of people were traveling at the same time. Many staff members, guests, other supporters of the foundation. If Bill and I had a penny for every person we've taken pictures with, we would be extremely rich today.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This happened before the hot tub was just when they were on philanthropic assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Philanthropic.
No, nobody believes you.
How about Trump? Was Trump in Epstein? Wait, let's get back to Trump.
Yeah. Check out this part too.
Regret the links that there have been.
You know, we have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall
27
ever
times.
meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So
she was at Ghislaine Maxwell's. I think Ghislaine Maxwell was at her daughter's wedding, and she was at her parties multiple times. Like, they just be lying.
It, to me, is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused, and in both cases, were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus. And
yeah, don't focus on us. Focus on them. They were convicted. No one else was involved, except we're finding out that everyone was involved.
Yep.
So what was the point of Ghislaine Maxwell?
What was the point of her?
Yeah, I'm saying, what was the point? What did she do?
She was
They
recruiting.
say that she was the recruiter. I honestly think she was the mastermind.
Yeah.
Because of who her father was, who
I was
he's
gonna say
connected to.
she's linked to her dad, who was Mossad.
Jeffrey Epstein seems like a stooge, in my opinion. Like, when
Yeah.
you watch that, did you ever watch the interview with him and Steve Bannon? Like, I don't get this savant of financial and mathematical, genius from him when he's talking. And just seeing how he was brought in through Les Wexner, gifted that home in New York, brought in as a professor at the school when he dropped out of college, and then all of a sudden he's running these mutual funds for people and in charge of all of this money.
I've seen interviews where he's like, it almost seems like he stumbles.
Yeah.
And he gets scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't see that.
In the
I agree
Steve
with
Bannon
you.
interview, he asked them how he ends up on the board of was it JP Morgan or something, or Goldman Sachs, and he just basically says, "Oh, I was the only guy who had a T9000 calculator or something like that." Like, that was his so they needed a guy who was good at math to come in and crunch numbers. Like, what?
T9000.
Maybe Fauci is Mother Teresa's son.
I'm just going back to still stuck on Mother Teresa.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
She can't let it go.
Yeah.
Jordan said your comment when you said people want an idol. That's spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, I also want to show this. We were talking about how stuff that we talked about in the past, they gaslit us on, and then we are finding out that it's all true. Check out this clip from Colbert from back around the Pizzagate conspiracy and how he framed all of this.
Theory start. Apparently, some alt-right folks were combing through Clinton campaign emails hacked by Russia and published by WikiLeaks, and noticed there seems to be more.
Not hacked by Russia. They were published by WikiLeaks, but we know now that they were stolen by someone who worked for the DNC, and that's how we got the emails. They always try to frame it in a way where it's like, it's illegitimate. They were hacked by Russia.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They were her emails.
Yep.
More references to pizza and pizzerias than they had expected, which can only mean one thing: secret sex ring. A lot of uninformed, gullible people fell for the Clinton-Podesta sex ring theory. People like Trump's pick for National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, who tweeted out a link writing, "New Hillary emails, money laundering, sex crimes with children, etc. Must read, introducing it, you decide." Okay, then I decide a guy who spreads this bull shouldn't be in charge of national security.
But that's their talking heads.
Yep.
Those are the people they put forth.
These are their political operatives, the CIA, Mockingbird.
Are you
talking points.
serious? Look
Yeah.
away.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. You
What?
really-
He's
you're-
not talking about no Pizzagate now.
Nobody is now. Nobody is now. You know what he's doing now? He's making up lies about because he had, who's the guy that's running against Jasmine Crockett in Texas for Senate? What's the
I don't
dude's
remember his name.
What's the dude's name? Tallarico. He had Tallarico on his show, but then CBS chose not to air it. He tried to come out and say that CBS was capitulating to Trump because they wouldn't let him air the thing, and then it went viral online, and turns out that that's a lie. And then he tried to blame the FCC chair. He tried to blame the FCC chair for, like the same thing that happened with Jimmy Kimmel, and saying that Trump's weaponizing the FCC so that he can't, show Tallarico on air. Check this out.
Now, here's the thing. I don't usually say this to a guest, but if people are watching this right now, it's because they found us online on YouTube. I did an act of the show that's on tonight explaining why. It's not the first time you've caused some drama. FCC opening probe into The View after appearance by Tallarico. Do you mean to cause trouble?
So they're framing this as like Trump doesn't want people to see Tallarico, blah, 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 blah. Come to find out that CBS actually came out and made a statement and said that Colbert is wrong. We pulled it because of the Equal Time Act that was passed where, because when you look at these liberal shows, Kimmel, they only bring on Democrats. They will not bring on other candidates that are opposing them.
Yeah.
It's actually worse than we think because Tallarico is running against other Democrats in the primary. So if he airs this with Tallarico, he has to then bring on Jasmine Crockett. He has to then bring on anybody else that they're running against for the Fair Time Act. He don't want to bring on Jasmine Crockett. So he's the one that decided not to air it.
Why don't he want to bring on Jasmine?
Because he don't like her. Because he don't like her, apparently. So apparently he decided he was not going to air this because he didn't want to bring on Jasmine Crockett. So that's what Colbert is up to now. Yeah.
Not saying sorry for being wrong about Pizzagate.
No, he's never going to do that because the media's job is to gaslight. Play this real quick. This is the media gaslighting at its best.
Clowns. Idiots who think that they can do their own research. Don't do any of your own research.
Doing your own research is associated with conspiracy theory circles. This go-it-alone approach, doing your own research,
Oh,
can
this
have serious
guy.
consequences. You should get prison time for even questioning the vaccines.
Can we all stop saying, I need to do my own research?
That phrase, do your own research, is 4 words. 4 little words that are hurting America.
When they do stuff like this, they make it obvious that somebody is the puppeteer.
Yeah.
Somebody's pulling y'all strings.
Right. Don't do your own research.
Your own
and everyone's puppeting the same remark.
Research hurts America. Everybody has a supercomputer in their hand that empowers them to do their own research, and that's the problem. You must not do your own research.
I need to do my own research.
I don't understand what that means. I'm doing my own research. You can't do your own research unless you're a scientist. Do your own research.
Maybe you've told yourself you're playing it safe, you just want to wait and see since this is a new vaccine. No.
Roll the off and get the vaccine.
Unvaccinated people spread the virus. It's a vaccine, you dope. Don't be a
get yourself vaccinated. That's just all there is to it.
There's no excuse. No excuse for being unvaccinated. There's no rational and no emotional argument that adds up against
Ben Shapiro's been wrong about so many things.
Oh, yeah.
And he
You're
swears he
damn
knows
sure.
everything.
We want to make sure that people can discern the truth from the misinformation. And we want to make sure that everyone understands that no one's safe till everyone's safe.
No one is safe.
No one is.
Yeah, we get it.
No
Yeah.
one is safe.
The
until
gaslighting.
Everyone is safe.
The gaslighting is crazy. Don't do your own research. Oh, I gotta show you this. I meant to show this during the immigration talk. This dude does a amazing breakdown of the concept of immigration, and if he went to China with the same mentality that they come to our country and other countries with. Check this out.
Okay, I think we can all agree everything here is a little bit too Chinese. All the restaurants and cafes and that, for a start,
But no, you gotta think about it. People say this about America, about white culture,
Well,
right?
he's talking about Britain, really.
Yeah, British. Like,
Yeah.
so people can come to our country, can come to Britain and say those things, and it's totally fine. So he's trying to show the perspective of imagine me going to China and doing this.
Okay, I think we can all agree everything here is a little bit too Chinese. All the restaurants and cafes and that, for a start, way too many noodles. I don't eat noodles. You know, we're going to need pie and mash, ham, egg and chips. I mean, you need to cater to me, yeah? No? I don't think you understand. I'm not from here, okay? I left the UK because I didn't like it, all right? So I need you to change everything to make it feel like it's the UK, yeah? Still no, is it? Right, okay. Well, also, I can't really work at the minute. Anxiety. Yeah, so when do I get my money? Obviously, got a few kids at home and all, so they're going to need to come here. That's a no-brainer. Why do you keep saying no? I've noticed as well, there's a lot of Chinese people here as well, isn't it? So I was thinking we could get loads of me over here and we have our own little area and then you lot can just fuck off. Does that sound good? It doesn't. Well, no, hear me out, because I was thinking if we get loads of me over here, then we can vote in, you know, one of me to be in charge, and then we can all start telling you lot how to live. And after that, I was going to organise some marches where we go through the streets chanting anti-Chinese sentiments. So obviously you'll need to protect us while we do that. That's a no as well, is it? Oh. And finally, I am here illegally. Yeah, didn't respect the rules on that one. So do I just choose any hotel, or have you got certain prison?
Yeah, it's a great video because it shows you like, yo, this would not be accepted in these countries where they're coming here and doing this. You could not go there with the same type of mentality.
Yeah, use your empathy against you.
Yep.
It's just silly.
Yeah. Okay, did you guys see AOC making her rounds on the world stage when she tried to prove to everybody that she is worthy of a presidential run?
Not smart.
Did you see any of this? Like,
No.
she completely embarrassed herself. I'll show a couple of clips from her debut on the world stage. They sent her, so I think her staff told her, like, listen, you got to get your foreign policy up. We're going to send you out to these events. You got to talk to people and show them that you can do this. And this is what she did.
I think that this is...
So they asked her about if China invades Taiwan, what would your response be?
I think that this is such a... I think that this is a... This is, of course, a very long-standing policy of the United States.
Martha, you bring me on your show and you show me the most uncomfortable 20 seconds of television I've ever seen. My takeaway from
What happened there? What do you think?
Well, I think it's a person who doesn't know what she actually thinks. And I've seen this way too much in Washington with politicians where they are given lines, and when you ask them to go outside the lines they were given, they completely fall apart because, look, does anybody really believe that AOC has very thoughtful ideas about the global world order or about what the United States should do with our policy in Asia or our policy in Europe? No, this is a person who is mouthing the slogans that somebody else gave her. And it
I guess
shows
no one gave her one
how
for that
I
one.
guess not. And it shows how thin the Democrats' policy actually is on all these
I'm
very
going to play it again in real
important-
time. I sped it up, but
I think that this is such a, I think that this is a,
oh my.
This is, of course, a very long-standing policy of the United States.
And then she basically goes on to say, like, what we need to do is make sure that never happens. Basically not giving an answer. But yeah.
Between China and
Taiwan. Then there was this moment here.
I think what we identify is that in a rules-based order, hypocrisy is vulnerability. And so I think what we are seeking is a return to a rules-based order that eliminates the hypocrisies around when too often in the West we'd look the other way for inconvenient populations to act out these paradoxes.
What did she say, bro? Bro, what did she say? What?
But again, what do you see? When you're saying the right thing, Mom. She sounds like Kamala, but why? Because she really doesn't have her own thoughts.
She doesn't know what she believes.
She doesn't. She's in fear. She's in fear of saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
She wants to say the right thing.
They probably gave her a whole binder of words and notes, and she's reaching for that in her brain. Like, what are the things that they told me to say on this thing? And she's trying to pull from that, but she can't get it fast enough. So then she's sounding like the girl from the Teen USA pageant, you know.
Isn't it interesting how
that clip?
How like you want everybody to be free from everything, but then that actually gives you more bondage because you're really not free, because now you're subservient to everybody's idea of what that looks like. 'Cause it looks like a different thing to everybody who doesn't have any standard, right?
Everybody can come up with their own version of it. Yeah. This is another time when she dropped the ball on the same trip.
You know, we look at what happened in Venezuela, for example.
The one I saw.
It is not a. It is not a remark on who Maduro was as a leader. He canceled elections. He was an anti-democratic leader. That doesn't mean that we can kidnap a head of state and engage in acts of war just because the nation is below the equator. And
oops.
They clapped.
And they clapped. When you're trying to show that you understand world politics and you don't know where a country is located, it's not a good look. Below the equator. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this was her talking about Marco Rubio's comments about cowboys in Spain. And she tries to say that she tries to say that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Rubio's speech was a pure appeal to Western culture. My favorite part was when he said that American cowboys came from Spain.
I thought they came from Winnetou, but
I believe the Mexicans and descendants of African enslaved peoples would like to have a word on that.
Where African slave people come from in that? What are you talking about?
Wait, how did Mexicans come about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How did Mexicans?
That's a conquered land too.
Does she know where horses came from?
I mean,
clearly,
I don't think
clearly,
so.
clearly,
horses were brought by the Spaniards.
They were already here. What are you talking about? They were in Mexico. They were riding around.
Cowboys would not exist if they didn't bring horses. Like, it's just, she's just continually
riding around
herself.
Mexico City.
Yeah. They were riding on horses the whole time. You've seen you've seen Lone Ranger. They were riding horses.
Oh, were they really clapping for her?
Yeah, they were. Let me show you this bishop breaking down her remarks about the West and why they're so basically they're Marxist talking points. Speed this up because it's 3 minutes.
Marco Rubio's speech was a pure appeal to Western culture. My favorite part was when he said that American cowboys came from Spain. It's also important to note how thin that foundation is.
Everybody's Bishop Barron. Just last week, Marco Rubio gave a talk that I thought was really good in Munich. He was talking about the shared culture of
standing
Europe and
ovation
America.
for his
He referenced
speech.
Gothic cathedrals and Dante and Shakespeare and even the Beatles. His point was, we got to get beyond just our political differences and find our sources in the great culture that unites us. And then he took a further step that was very much in line with Pope Benedict XVI and Christopher Dawson, namely that culture is grounded in cult. At the root of all culture is something like religion. And so he wasn't afraid to reference the Christian faith as a key element in giving rise to the shared culture of Europe and America. So a really good speech, I thought. Well, then I think it was yesterday, I saw Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez answering him. And I was very struck by her answer. I thought it was very illuminating. She said, this appeal to culture, it's so thin because culture is ephemeral, it's always changing. And so we shouldn't pay attention to culture, we should pay attention to the material foundations in the class struggle. Well, all of that, everybody, is right out of the Marxist playbook. First of all, that Western culture, as Rubio invoked it, is thin. The culture that gave us all those great figures, that gave us the rule of law, that gave us respect for the rights of the individual, that gave us our democratic political system, that gave us the university system, that's thin. And your argument is, well, because cultures always change. Well, that's a banality. I mean, of course, cultures are alive, they change and evolve. Doesn't mean for a second we can't identify the key elements within a culture that gives it its character. But also this, to characterize culture as thin is a Marxist move. Marx said that culture is simply an epiphenomenal superstructure on top of the economic substructure. And don't be distracted, therefore, by the culture. That's just protecting the economics at bottom. Well, again, listen to her. Let's pay attention to the material conditions and to class struggle. Again, that's the Marxist playbook. What's worrying me, everybody, is the extent to which political leadership on the left in America is becoming, it's unapologetically Marxist. The mayor of New York City, the warmth of collectivism. He's calling for the confiscation of private property, of seizing the means of production. All language right out of the Communist Manifesto. Might I encourage followers of, Mayor Ramamdani and AOC, talk to some of them, they're still alive, some of them, the people that fled Marxist tyranny in Europe, people laboring under it to this day in Cuba, North Korea, Venezuela, etc. And then this too, it concerns me not just as someone who follows politics, but as a bishop of the Catholic Church. Marx himself said the first critique is a critique of religion, and his political adepts followed him. The first thing that the Marxist tyrannies went after in most cases was religion. I'm getting a little concerned that in some of these leading figures in our own politics, a Marxist philosophy is taking hold. As a religious leader, this is concerning me quite a bit. Take a look, everybody. Attend to the language. In a way, they're telling us who they are and what they're for. And I think that should be very concerning to everybody.
I thought that was interesting because we've talked about culture on here and like where it stems from, where it comes from. And the Marxist view of like culture is this like ephemeral thing that exists on top of an economic structure. And in a sense,
it's backwards.
Yeah, exactly. All of those things flow out of culture, but it has to be real culture. Not the things that is ephemeral is the stuff that we talked about. That's not really culture. It's being seen as culture,
like the cowboy hats,
right?
Exactly.
Kind of funny,
but
tying back to the Cowboys, right? Yeah, that's interesting.
The cowboy hat came out of practically raising cattle, right, and then how you wear the hats, which turned into a whole cultural thing, But really, the culture is why would they do it? What's the point of it?
What was the purpose?
Like, all those things that's the actual economy, right? Because raising cattle is a part of the economy, in that area.
It produces real culture produces,
right?
Yeah,
we've been there many times, but I remember the one time we went to Fort Worth, and I started really diving into like, oh, this is the place where they would bring the cattle through before they went into like the harder land, where there wasn't a lot of established stuff to get them to the trains and distribute the cattle. But Fort Worth was like that last stop, where all the cowboys would go to, right? Very interesting. You don't know about that. A lot of people don't know about that. So we performed. There's a trail. I forget the name of the trail that's connected to that. But we performed one time. It was like in front of this. It was outdoors in front of this mural that was speaking about that trail, and you see like cowboys but that's all about culture, like literal culture, right?
Yeah.
The economics of that time. And it changes over time. But when you make things like Marxism, there's so much pride there.
Yeah.
And you make it so pragmatic, and you think you think you actually make you actually bring intention where a false intention to things at that level.
Yeah.
Right. That's why it's flipped.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always crazy. Like the things of the world are always flipped.
Inversion.
It's always in an inversion.
Yeah.
And it leads you to actual ignorance.
Yeah.
Versus at the root, you have the actual intention, the truth, the foundational thing, right? And culture, the thing about true culture is, yes, it does change and shift because you're always looking for the root truth of a thing to grow and produce, right? If the point is production, right? How do you produce? And for believers, the connection is, how do you produce life?
Yeah.
Right? We have to produce life. So, yeah, this is funny, man. It's interesting.
How that all tied together is crazy.
It is. It's crazy. And if you don't have foundations of truth, you can. It's so easy for things to get in, and then you don't have a standard, and then people kind of go away from it, right? There's no trust.
Yeah.
There's something I was going through with my son today, and he was fighting me on stupid stuff, like little stuff. Like, I'm like, dude, you got to do your hair right. Like he's got really thick hair, and like you got to wet your hair in the morning to be able to brush it.
Yeah.
And he like half wets it and does it. And then when I call him one, I'm like, dude, you didn't wet it right. Yes, I did it. And he's like, starts getting attitudes. And he's been doing this stuff with little things. So I was like, all right, you can either be punished for a week or you can look up the word standard. And I gave him two questions, like, what is the point of a standard? And also, why do we hold the standard and not you, and why that's beneficial to you, right? So then he gave me this like 3-paragraph. It wasn't a lot answer, but he realized like standard is about like flags, right? Banners, but also it has to do with obviously that foundational thing. So through going through this, I'm like, so you know why I made you go through this, right? Because you're trying to do what you want to do. And when I tell you something, you get upset because you don't understand. I'm holding you to a standard that you don't understand.
Yeah.
And when you just understand that, you can just do it. But you don't even know the standard, and you're just trying to do whatever you feel like. I'm holding you to this standard that you don't get. Like, it's not about your hair being wet.
Yeah.
It's not about it being wet all the way. There's a point to it. But more it's about you listening to me because I'm holding you to a standard that you don't understand yet. If you did, you would be able to hold that standard. You can't. That's why you got parents, you know. And what somebody like AOC does is that they want to say there's no real standard. Like this stuff is not true, right? You deserve this and that. That's why there's no real male and female, really, or man and woman. Those are constructed, right? Those are social constructs.
No one's illegal on stolen land.
No one's illegal. See, these are
so dumb.
So what do? You're taking away standards. And if you have no standards,
and anything goes.
Right.
Chaos.
And you might not know standards, right? You might not have grown up with you, and that's that's the other part I told him. Like, there's kids that grow up with parents that don't have any standards, so they just do whatever. But it's a very dangerous game they're playing, right? So if they teach us that there's no standard and it's just free, everything's free. You just do what you want,
right?
You know, and respect me and whatever I want to do,
right?
There's no standard, and then it just becomes a free for all. But when we hold each other to that standard, now we're respecting each other, right? There's honor that comes into place, and you honor them because you see, wow, they can do these things. They understand these things. I might not understand it yet, but I can understand it. So why do you respect you? Because there's a flow that comes from those people who have held to that standard.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a process. And they want to take that away. If there's no honor, there's no respect, everything falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
And even connected to like religious structure, all structures, right? Religious structures. The things that hold them up is the foundations.
Mm-hmm.
Any structure is held on the foundations. Once you get away from the foundations, those structures start to crumble.
Right.
They start to corrupt. And so what's the trick? It's to get you off the foundation and to get you focused on the window.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's like, that's the most important
Right.
thing, the door.
Right.
Whatever, other things. But if you don't focus on the foundation first, the door don't matter. The windows don't matter. The roof doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have to have your foundation set.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know how to set them, you got to trust somebody that can. Which brings us, I don't know if you had something else.
No, I'm going to go to the video that you gave me with the girl, the Indian girl.
Okay, which brings us to that
Yeah,
video.
Yeah, I was going to
Because
say.
that's-
Yeah, because she's talking about no standards, basically.
Right.
And religious institutions. When you're in part of a religious institution, you think my religion is the best religion. That's how a lot of people are brought up.
Mhm.
My religion is superior to other religions.
It's the correct one. It's the right.
But like spirituality is about equality and loving everybody. So how in the world can one religion be superior? What? Because you're saying that your path to connect to God is better than another person's path to connect to God. But we're also different. So how can we not connect?
So what they just did right there is set up a false paradigm.
It's a straw man.
It's a straw man argument. Like, no, that nobody's saying that.
Yeah.
Nobody, just because you say there's only one way to God.
And you're saying spiritualism is about loving everybody. Who said that we're involved in spiritualism? Like you're defining everybody by your construct that you've
Well,
created.
who says we're not loving everybody?
You're right.
By what definition is loving everybody?
Yeah,
you
and
know?
what is love? What does it mean to love everybody?
Right.
Yeah.
So everything is you're setting parameters.
So many.
Which is your own religious structure.
Right.
Right? That you're setting up for
And
yourself.
you're judging everybody based off of that.
And then you're saying there's no religion.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you are, and that's the thing that's crazy for us is that we say, like, we do create our own standards and our structures that we think keep us safe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, you get focused on the wrong things, and it doesn't mean it's a good structure. Doesn't mean it's going to hold up. Doesn't mean it's going to stay up, you know, and keep you safe. But that's what we go back to that. So you can't get away from that, no matter what. You know, oh, I'm just religious. I'm just spiritual. I'm not religious. You know, I don't prescribe to any religious institutions.
Right.
You know, and I mean, there's problems in institutions. Again, you can get caught up in the glass that's used in the windows.
Right.
You know, like you can get caught up in the wrong things, but here it's just like, just do away with all of it. Because none of it matters.
Everyone do what they want, and we're all the same.
And you see how that's Gnosticism?
Yeah.
Because Gnosticism says the body doesn't really matter, but the body houses the spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The body houses the soul.
And it grounds you here in this world.
It grounds us here.
Yeah.
So, but in Gnosticism, like the body's actually corrupt. It's the thing we have to do away with.
Yeah.
So in this, what she's kind of saying is it's the same thing. It's like, no, you got to do away with all structure. Like none of that matters.
Yeah.
Right. But that literally creation is built off of structure.
Right.
So it doesn't make any sense.
Connect to God differently.
Yeah.
My spiritual teacher went through so many different religious practices, and all he talks about is how each one has taught him so much. All he talks about is respect for every single religion. The tradition that I now follow in spirituality is called bhakti. It means love. And he's just like, every single religion is just teaching us how to love God. So how can there be a negative to any of them?
Yeah.
That's really what the goal is. To feel equality in everybody, to really love and be kind and compassionate to people. That's what spirituality is about. That's what religion is supposed to be about. All the things we now see in religion, unfortunately, are man-made. Like women not being able to do this and this being, and it's like, okay, but who really came up with that? Is that in scripture, or are you just making it into religion?
Yes.
Making your own religion. I'm not.
So It's crazy.
What scripture are you going by?
Yeah.
Well, they're not going by any scripture.
Exactly.
I just like the all of these assumptions just rolling off
Yeah,
of,
it's just-
and all of these just like made up things.
What God is she talking about?
Yeah.
Well,
Love God.
she said
the universe.
She said that whatever she prescribes to is to love God.
Yeah.
And however you do. But it's like, but if I said God is love. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so that means God defines love.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to define love and then say, I'm loving God.
Right.
That's backwards. Again, it doesn't make any sense. God has to show us, how to love him, right?
Yeah.
And really, we love him by listening to him.
Mhm.
So if we're not listening to him, we're listening to ourselves
Right.
and listening to others about
Right.
how to love God. That's backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just sound like a bunch of women talk.
she's actually
I'm just saying, like the nature of women to be empathetic and nurturing and caring. It's like they want to force that on the concept of what God is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not understanding that that's only one aspect.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why there's a masculine and a feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Because
There's that tough love.
you need both.
Yeah.
I go back to that study when you said that about how there was a room full of women, they all picked each other. You're beautiful and you're
Yeah.
beautiful, even though they really don't think the person
Yes.
is beautiful. That's the same type of thing.
Yeah.
All religions are this.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all love.
Or like the when they all had to survive, the Bear Grylls episode where they did the sexes.
Yeah.
We're all in charge. No one is. They didn't want to set up a hierarchy.
Right.
We're all the same. We're all in charge. They almost died like 3 times. They ran out of water. They were starving. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't because they had no structure in place.
Mm-hmm.
It was just we're all the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No one is above anyone else.
Communism.
Yeah, communism. Communism. Yeah, I saw.
But you see, it's like it's funny how. To me, and I say this with atheism is the slave to every other religion. Like atheism is the most demonically oppressed because you don't even believe that there's a spirit realm.
Yeah.
And I think communism is like the manifestation of that in rule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you hear communism talk, it sounds like New Age.
Yeah.
And how you play it out, right?
And there's a reason why all these like communes, they always end up in these sexual orgies, and like the leader is always sleeping with everybody because it just becomes demonically possessed. I saw a great breakdown of communism where a teacher was trying to teach their class about it, and they had them do it on a grading system where it was like, all right, well, no one is allowed to. We're going to equal out everybody's grades, and we're going to make everyone have the same average grade based off of what you guys do in class. And that way, no one is above anyone else. Everyone is the same. We're all equal. It's communism. And what happened was the first time they got a test back and it was graded, you got people that had really high scores. You had people that had really low scores, but it all kind of averaged out around like a B minus. So everybody was like, all right, cool. But then what ended up happening was the people that studied real hard and worked real hard to get the A's and the A pluses, they wouldn't even get upset. They just were like, well, if I'm going to get a B anyway, I don't need to work as hard. So then that grade starts lowering. Yeah. And then eventually everyone's getting F's because the people that don't try are still not going to try, but then everyone else stops trying because there's no way to win.
It reminds me of this study of it's like the Swedish doctor. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
While you're looking for that, I'm gonna play this clip that you gave me with Wiz Khalifa.
What is your relationship with God?
Hold on, real quick.
Okay.
So the girl who that's her husband, right?
This
there.
guy, okay, the
Jay
Indian guy.
Shetty.
Okay,
I think that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, they're connected.
Got you.
And he's really popular
in the
as
Indian
like a
world?
group, not in the Indian world, like in the pop world.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
people go to his.
I've seen some of his videos.
Okay, I've never
He's
seen
like,
this guy.
He's
It's really spiritual.
Yeah, a lot of
People
spiritual
in
guru
Hollywood
type
would love this stuff. Man.
video. Yeah. So
What does your relationship with God look like?
My relationship with God is the shit. I pray all the time. I thank God all the time. I like to just imagine that my God is just like chilling up in the sky, like with a big deep voice. The sun could be going down and I could be driving and the Hotel California could be on. I'd be like, thank you, God. Because like the situation just feels right.
And what does God say to you in God's deep voice?
You're welcome. You're supposed to have this.
What is your relationship with
Bruh.
just
God is
whatever,
whatever
man.
I decide it
Yeah,
is.
just
Like whatever I
whatever.
can create, concoct in my mind.
Yep.
Like I'm not gonna
You're
do any.
welcome.
I'm not gonna actually try to find out who God is. I have no curiosity because I'm just
It's
okay.
whoever I make him to be.
I'm okay with whatever.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm successful.
Exactly.
So
Because
I
if it
feel
wasn't, then
blessed.
something,
Yeah. Right.
then I'm mad at God.
Right.
Well, God can't be that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I wanted to read this real quick. So,
Yeah.
a Swedish psychologist followed kids raised with zero punishment for 30 years. And what he found scared him more than anything, any trauma case. The kids were never scolded, corrected, or told no.
Mm-hmm.
Parents believed in total freedom. No yelling, no limits, no shame. Let them lead.
Wow.
They said. By 18, these kids weren't confident. They were broken. The smallest demand triggered anxiety. A missed text felt like betrayal. Their nervous systems were allergic to resistance because they never met anything or any. Sorry, I must have skipped some words when I when I saved it. Hold on, let me see. I'm trying to get this together because I'm missing words. Nervous systems were allergic to resistance because they never met any. I skipped that part. Sorry. Allowed kids raised with zero punishment. I don't know what happened there. Sorry. So we'll skip that. Let me go to the next part. All right. They had no internal breaks. Every boundary felt like violence. Every boundary felt like violence. Now, what are we hearing today?
Yeah.
The language.
Everything is violence.
Everything is violence.
Shift.
Yeah.
A manager saying this needs fixing melted them down. Like they couldn't take it.
Bro, I hear about this all the time now. Especially because Liz is working with younger girls now.
You used to put up videos about these kids starting working and then they start going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they want so much from us.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Can't handle working at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Okay. One small no from the outside shattered their entire day. One therapist described it like this. It's not that they're weak. It's that they were never stretched. Jobs destroy them instantly. Structure, rules, discipline, none of it stuck because they never had it. One guy guilt his first job because
Quit.
That is a G. I mean, that is a Q. One guy quit his first job because his team leader asked him to be on time. And how many times are we seeing this? Like people telling us about
What was
this
the
stuff?
one video we showed where the person was like, something? I have time blindness. Remember that? They can't.
Yeah.
I have a condition called time blindness, and you cannot, write me up for being late.
And my son has time blindness.
So it says that he quit not out of defiance, but out of panic. Because he couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it.
He'd been raised on do what you feel. So when the world didn't revolve around him, he had no tools to deal with it. Just withdraw and blame. Kids raised with zero punishment would just withdraw and blame. Relationships collapse faster. A partner, man, this is bad. Like,
where are you finding this at,
dude?
Just read it. Just
read it. I'm not explaining. I'm trying to read through
sources?
all the mess ups.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Who wrote this? I'm starting to.
I think it was. I had to like go back because you know how when you try to copy something,
yeah,
and then it's like there's other text around it, or it gets like messed up.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like do it quick,
okay.
and I think like there were certain things that got messed up in there, and I tried to go back and fix it, and I missed parts.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not gonna read it anymore because this is like right now I'm reading all kinds of stuff, and it's like all messed up. But the point is,
we get the point.
Yeah. The point is,
these children were raised with no boundaries, no structure, and they can't handle life now.
They can't handle life.
The smallest little opposition to or adversity, and they crumble.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing that, you know, with younger people. You know, like I said, my wife talking about her employees, like these young girls can't handle anything.
Well, you said it like even when she worked at the other place.
Yeah.
Which is a huge
corporation.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
The type of employees.
Yeah, especially the younger
she
ones.
had to deal with.
Yeah.
And their excuses that they felt like were so valid. That it's like for us, it's like, are you serious?
Jordan said that quote unquote sweetest study Jake is talking about sounds made up. It sounds
It's not
quote unquote realistic but fake. Any source for that study, buddy?
It's not. Now I feel stupid because I always want people to have sources, especially because I'm trying to read it and it's all messed up.
Yeah, it's all jumbled.
So yeah, I'm gonna find that source and I will come back next week.
Then he said, "Ha! Now you guys are saying it, talking about me and you." It was hard to keep up with your comments today, Jordan. You were just commenting. What you looking for?
I'm trying to see if I can find the study.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I don't see it. We'll come back with it at another time. But all right, let's wrap it up there, guys. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you guys for being a part. Thanks for joining in on the conversation, Jordan. Everybody else who was commenting, we appreciate you guys.
Sorry, Jake.
But there was some good stuff there. Good episode. We are going to be back next week, but make sure you guys hit that like button and share this video with your friends. In the meantime, don't forget, if you want to join the community, head on over to our Patreon, link in the description. You can sign up, become a part of the family, a part of the Young Lions. And the Cash App link is in there. Merch link is in there if you want to get merch. And other than that, man, God bless everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Young lion, go live, yeah. Young lion, you rich, yeah. This kingdom has room, yeah. Go and fight people in.